What's up there, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and here we are back with more gold mining simulator. Now, we did start the tutorial last time round, and we're going to continue the tutorial this time round. And yeah, guys, basically just a little bit of a note to start off with, just to say this is the second time I'm recording this episode because I did lose the audio the first time round. So as much as I would have wanted to have captured the footage of me playing this part the first time, I do have the footage, but I don't have the audio to go with it. I don't know what happened there, but I've tested the audio now. It's working again, and yeah, we're going to crack on, and I can actually talk you through the correct sort of steps that you take in order to get through this second half of the tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button. And yeah, if you want to hit me up in the comment section, let me know what you think of this video. I'd love that. And also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, love it if you'd go ahead and do that. As you can see, just taking a look around, yeah, again, the graphics are a little bit rough. Although I will say that the sound is really good. It's actually, and I think you'll see that as the game, as we go on, the sound and the sort of feeling of the game is really good. I can't really describe it and give it justice. The graphics do really look dated, and they are very poor, I would say, but it kind of, the feeling of the game kind of overrides all of that. And I'm not just saying that from, I'm not trying to promote this game, I'm not getting paid to do that or anything. This game is super cheap on Steam. There's nothing really for me to sort of say to gain anything from saying that it's really good. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I thought I would when I played it on the Xbox. That's why I saved it to do sort of this playthrough on it, although it's taken me quite a few years to get around to doing it. Anyway, basically we've got a notification here just telling us story notifications are available. They do blink on the screen, and it's important to kind of follow those if you want to get these bits of information. That's it, okay? Right, let's jump in our car. So it's telling us in the top left, drive to the Old Glen Bank and lease Old Arnold parcel. So let's get in by using the E key. X starts the engine. We can put lights on, although we switch those off because it's daylight. And also, if we switch them on, actually, it'll tell us to switch them off before we switch off the engine, and especially when we get out the car, it'll tell us, because you do run the battery down on the car. I don't know what impact that has long term because I haven't got that far along with the game. But another thing I want to say, M is for map, and as you can see, it's told us to go to the bank. Now, this is the bank here on the corner. So basically, from where we are, we're just following the main road around into the bank. So that's pretty easy. We're going to end up going along here. I think we need to drop in at the tools supply. I think maybe this one. Down here, through the factory, and then up here. But firstly, we need to lease the parcel of land, in order to actually get some work done over there. We can also go journal. You can access this by hitting J as well. And it tells you in this screen some really good info. I like these little diagrams, and I think, although there's certain things about this game which I think you'll find interesting in terms of, like we've already said, the graphics aren't that great. There's a couple of shortcomings, but look at these little images here, and look at this book. So it's got very simple steps in order to follow. So go to the bank, it tells you where it is. Rent Old Arnold parcel. Rent is used there as a word as opposed to lease. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, rent is more of a English word, I'd say, where lease is an American word, just generally speaking. Go to the equipment store. Tells you where that is. It's going to tell you when we get there to get these things. We're going to load up the pickup truck, turn the page. We're going to go to the claim, which is the piece of land basically, find a hog pan area. So it kind of, you can find that pretty easily. We'll do that and set up the hog pan. These are the bits that we're going to get from the store, and then we're going to use the shovel to fill this, and we're going to do that until it's 100%. We're going to put water in. And as we're putting water in, it washes it. And then we also, as part of this process, we then finally wash the mats in the bucket. And then we're going to take the bucket and take it and put some water and take it to this little tent where we're going to get some water in here. We're going to pour the bucket in a gold pan and use that in order to sift through the gold. And basically, we're going to use the panning, the sort of the gold pan, in order to sift through the gold and get the gold out of there. And then after all that, I think we're going to, it's telling us a couple of other basics here, but we're not going to, I don't think we do that on this particular part. Anyway, exit out of here. So let's get going. We're going to hit spacebar in order to release the handbrake. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really tell you where to go, but you can see there's logs across the road. So, I mean, what I will say is there's a couple of little loading moments like that which totally like breaks the game, really. And also, you can't really see where you're going, apart from the map, unless you look away from where you're going, and then you can see on the screen there over to the right, there's like a yellow dot telling us where to go. You can also change camera angles. I find that key 3 is a good one, because it allows you to pan the camera around. Is where 2 is more of a chase cam, simply either be in front or behind. Just try and make that a bit of a better angle so we can see where we're going. Got a gas station here, which we're not going to use at the moment. Whether you actually do or not is another thing. I mean, there's plenty of parked cars, but there's nothing happening in terms of, there's no vehicles driving around or anything like that. But yeah, this is the bank anyway. We have arrived at the bank. So let's just park up over here. Right, and engine off. And jump out. Right, so let's go and lease this piece of land. As you can see, number of buildings that are unique. Looks like all of these buildings are unique now. I could be wrong, but I like that. This character in the town. That's really good. Right, E to use this, and then we are going to lease this piece of land. So Old Glen Bank, which is the one that it wants us to, the area that it wants us to. No, sorry, Old Glen Bank is the bank, obviously. Old Arnold Parcel is the piece of land that we're going to lease. And as you can see, 0 to lease that. So that's good. So it's a sort of starting point in the tutorial. It gives it to you for free. So we hit lease, confirm. And there we go. We've leased it. So now we're going to go to the, it's telling us park the pickup at the highlighted place, which, I'm trying to think, I think it's this one. Yeah, this one it is. Here we are. Let's park where it's telling us, and then we don't break the tutorial. Left the engine running there. Switch that off. Right, we're going to get ourselves in the store and get the things that it's telling us to get. Now, as you can see, there's tons of stuff in here. From pallets to tyres, buckets. We are going to go over here and get this, which is the hog pan with no pump. We'll press to order that. We'll get one of those. Next up, a hog pan sluice box core. Grab one of those. Add that. What else? 2 hog pan mats, so we want 2 of these. I think that's it. Oh no, a bucket. And there we go. Go to the checkout to buy. As you see, there's not a soul around, so we'll just use this and we'll hit order. As you can see, we've got 155. Sorry, this is $155. It doesn't tell us how much we've got unless I'm missing it. But I think it told us on the last screen that we had $450. Now, I could be wrong. Can't remember, to be honest with you. But it's just telling us there that our ordered equipment is just outside the store. And yet in the top right-hand corner, it tells us we've got $295 left. So let's get ourselves out of here. I'm sure we'll come across more of that equipment in due course. But for now, let's pop the back of this open and let's get our stuff loaded in. So yeah, a couple more videos that I want to do soon. So we need to crack on with Mud Runner. So that's something that I'm going to be playing the next episode of. So that mountain climb challenge is next. and I want to do a video on Manor Lords, which I will explain when I actually do it what it's going to be about. But I've got an idea in mind for that one. I think it should be quite fun. I've been loving that game, and yeah, I mean, I purchased it on Steam, and then it was added to Game Pass, which is a little frustrating because obviously we would have just played the Game Pass version, but at least I have contributed towards the developer, the one-man developer team, in helping with that one because it's still early access. So in a lot of ways, I'm quite happy to contribute in that way because obviously it just helps it, the development stages. And I will tell you right now, that game is awesome. It's great. I can't wait to play that game on the channel because it's just, I can't really tell you how good it is, to be honest with you. I think it's this way we want to be. So it says drive out of the town. I think I'm going the right way. But we are now heading towards the factory as first shown on the map. Yeah, drive to the factory. So here we go. Now, this is a lot better than what I did last night because I'll tell you, I didn't have a clue where I was going. And the on-screen direction thing wasn't really helping. Just need to sneeze. Wow. Right, so let's keep this going a little bit here. So it's telling us to drive to the factory, but now it's telling us to continue on to Old Arnold Parcel, which is just up here. Not too far to go. And you'll see when I bring up the map how far we've travelled. It's a little bit of an interesting time in negotiating our way around here. Can't remember which way it is here. Just a quick look. Well, it's straight on, which I'm assuming is to the right here. Yeah, I think that's right. I remember this building, so right. Well, we are here. Right. Just leave the engine running a sec. Right. I think we want to be down there, if I remember rightly. Oh, no, it's this one actually. There we are. Right, so this is where we want to be basically. So this is the wooden base that we're going to be using in order to extract our gold. So this is our pay dirt. This is the water that we're going to use in order to wash the pay dirt, in order to find what we're looking for. So we need to take our equipment out. So we'll do that by driving this one a little bit closer. Reversing it up to here. We will need to move this vehicle in a sec because it'll just be in the way otherwise. Actually, let's see if we can get away with just leaving it there. It might be in the way, but let's set up our stuff. So that's our hog pan there. Oh no, this is the hog pan, sorry. That was the hog pan sluice box core that we've just put down firstly. That's the hog pan in place. We need our mats now. To be really careful with putting these in place because they easily just don't go where you want them to unless you've got it exactly in place. We do need our bucket, so we're going to need that in a sec. Once again, it's bringing us up with this dig tube, but I don't know what it's talking about. It's basically, you could find on here what to do. That's what it's trying to get you to do. But it doesn't really help with it coming up like that. So we'll just put this bucket down here. Right, so we need our shovel. So we get that by rotating the mouse wheel. And listen to that. I love that. And we're just loading it in here basically with pay dirt. And I just love the sound of it. I can't get enough of it. So it's telling us to fill the hog pan with pay dirt, and that's exactly what we're doing. just by clicking and then turning and then pressing E to empty it. So we found a gold nugget. It does say here that they exist at the beginning of the game just to make it easier. You'll see why when we finish this mission. We're going to keep it. It doesn't tell us how much this one is, actually. It tells us that at the top corner, 18 grams. That's good. Let's keep digging then. Oh dear. It says we're losing pay dirt there because we're actually already full. Right, let's get a bucket of water. And we'll tip this in here. And as you can see, it starts to wash the dirt down here. And any gold is caught on those mats. So, let's keep going. It wants us to fill the mats to 30%. Oh, we've run straight past it there. Right, a little bit more water in here like that. And again, it's washing the dirt down. And look at that, it's kind of... Now, it is animated that it kind of disappears there, but it's quite interesting nonetheless. And again, what I will say is just be careful when you sort of click in E. Because... Oh dear, we just got water there. Okay, let's get a bit more thing in here. Yeah, if you're not careful about where you're actually using your item, it kind of just drops it, which is quite interesting. As you can see, even though we're digging here, and this game's obviously limited by graphically, so we've got another gold nugget there, 16 grams this time. It is quite interesting, I think, in that you do sort of diminish the soil that's here as you dig in. It's not just a pure animation. It's kind of, it's really yeah, it's really quite helpful. There we go. There's that one done. Let's get some more. That actually washes quite a lot, actually. See how much we can get in here this time. Doesn't take much to fill it, so that's 3. See if we can bear in mind 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost full, isn't it? 8. So it's 8, I think. Let's try one more. Oh no, we can do 9. Right, so it's 9, and then we're actually just tipping pay dirt everywhere. So it's 9 shovels full. See how many buckets it takes. So there's 1, 2. Just going to let it do its own thing. So 3 buckets. 3 buckets cleans 9. So that's what? For every bucket you have, it's 3. 3 shovels of pay dirt. 1, 2. So I have been playing lots of Mana Lords, to be fair, and I really hope that they make a big deal out of that game. And I hope they don't ruin it, because it is really good at the moment. It's not perfect. But it's decent. And I'll talk about it more when I come to do it, but let's just say I do really think if you're into like games like The Settlers, especially the first one. I've only ever really played the first one, to be honest with you, and I played it a lot. So the settlers are another game, Frostpunk, similar to that. So yeah, whoops. Right, so it's telling us to fill the bucket with water. Now, doesn't look full of water, does it? But I just did fill it with water. And then we're going to wash these in here. Put that one back. And this one. There we go. Now we're picking up the bucket now. This has got all of our gold in it. So we need to be really careful with this. But we're going to leg it in this tent. Which is now opened to us. And we'll put this here for the time being for a sec. We're going to fill this big bowl with water next. Yeah, I think we're alright because the van isn't really in our way, although we can't see where we're going with when we're carrying this. Anyway, that's now full of water. So let's go back up here. See if this, how this tent opens. Ah, it opens when you get close. Nice touch. Right, okay. We're going to put this on the floor. We're going to take the bucket and use it on the pan. And there we go. And then we're going to get the pan, carefully move it around here. And we're going to press E to use it. And then you're going to use your mouse buttons in order to move it up and down. So left mouse button moves it down, right mouse button moves it up. We want to get a bit of water in there like that, and then literally move it around like this a bit more. Basically what we're doing is just cleaning the dirt off the gold by the looks of things. I'm no expert, so I don't really know, but I think that's that. We'll get a bit more. Switch to pickup mode and pick up the gold one by one. So pickup mode is shift. Pan the rest of the pay dirt. What's that? Ah, right, there we go. Right, okay, didn't get to do that when I tried it last night. Okay. I think what we're left with there is some stones. I could be wrong. But let's just be careful, and we'll put a bit more. Pan the rest of the pay dirt until the bucket is empty. Well, I think the bucket is empty, isn't it? Am I wrong? Didn't say empty this out, so I hope I'm not making a mistake by... Was I supposed to tip this out? I think we've... Let's just try tipping this out, because it's telling us to jump in the pickup truck now. So let's just see if we can... See if there's a bit more that we need to do with this, actually, before we do that. Oh yeah, there's still more. Is there any more? Alright, that's the last of it. So there's a bit more gold here to be had. Maybe. Yeah. Do we need to tip this a bit like this? Yeah, look at that. That's doing it when you tip it to the side. I've seen people do that, actually. So yeah, we've got some gold there in the bottom. I think that's the way it's supposed to be, right? A couple of bits anyway. So shift. Now I think we've got it all there. Whoops. Didn't intend to do that. Whoa, what's going on? Let's just make sure there's no more. Right, we've lost our water now. Let's get a bit more. No, that's just dirt, isn't it? Yeah, that's just dirt left. So we've just tipped that on the floor. But, right, okay. Right, okay. So, apparently we're going to jump in the pickup truck because we must have our gold on us now, somehow. Right, let's get in here. Start her up. Release the handbrake and away we go. So we're driving back through the factory, not to the factory. It tells us to go to the factory, but it's kind of like by the factory, via the factory, shall we say. So we're going this way. Careful through there. Using keyboard controls with the car it's quite difficult, to be honest with you. Wowzers, that's wild. I've also left the back of the truck open, which isn't ideal, but anyway. Well, I guess it wasn't this way. I thought it was. Our driver just looking forward as he reverses. Wild concept, but yeah. Right, straight through here. We're now driving to the town entrance, so while it loads in, basically back the way that we've just come. Over the train track, and we're going to the town centre. So let's just slow down a little bit. We've got the police here. When it's saying town centre, I'm assuming it's... Surely we're at the town centre now, right? Oh, it's kind of saying over there. Must have missed the waypoint, I think. Oh, here we are. Drive to the blacksmith, which is up here by the looks of things. Can't really remember where it is, but I think it's... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's just along here to the right. I'll just swing this vehicle around here like this. Handbrake on, engine off, and we'll jump out. Right, so we're going to get the blacksmith to smelt the gold ore into a shiny gold bar. So we're going to hit this here. It's telling us we can smelt. So we've got 77.6 grams, it says 77.59, and it tells us here it's going to cost us $272. It's going to take 15 minutes, although it doesn't take that long. It's just a in-game time, and our loss of that is approximately 10%, 7.76. So smelt the gold. Yep, and now we've got a gold bar in our hand. So we've got this, it tells us that it's actually free because it's the first one. Now I'm going to pop this in here hopefully and it'll stay there. I think that went in. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, hopefully that'll stay there for when we get to the bank, because I tried popping it on the seat next to me and it didn't really work, to be honest with you. Yeah. So here we go, back to the bank. And wow, that's a strange sound. Yeah, engine off, and out we get. Right, let's grab our gold bar, which I'm not too sure they actually need to have in your hand. Let's try going to the bank without it in our hand. We can actually upgrade, that says, what, to increase one machine slot. Sell gold bars. So we've got a gold bar which is worth $3,007. So we'll sell this as instructed. Need to highlight it first. Sorry, sell. You sure you want to sell these gold bars? Yes. So that's done. We'll then exit. And then it's basically telling us to gather 23,000, which I think is a lot, and I'm glad that you get those nuggets. And yeah, I think what I would do if I was doing this, which I will do this, by the way, is to actually just stay by the river, obviously, until I've got quite a lot of gold on hand, and then take it to the blacksmith and smelt it, and then bring it here. But if that was 3,000, it's going to take, you know, a good few goes, isn't it, to get up to 23. So yeah, it depends how much the yield is as well each time, because when I did this last night and when I didn't have the audio, it gave me 3,500. So it's just a bit, that's random in itself. So you don't want to be driving back and forth, that's for sure, because the driving mechanics in this game aren't exactly enjoyable. It's not the worst in the world, but it's not exactly, that's not the fun part, if that makes sense. Because there's no other vehicles on the road. There's nothing really to do apart from go A to Z. And also, there's fast travel points as well, by the way, which I haven't used yet. And obviously, because we're only in the tutorial, you've seen what I've done. So yeah, we'll make use of those, I guess, in the future as well. But I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. As I say, apologies if it seemed as if I knew what I was doing, because I certainly did, because obviously I've done this before. But next episode, hopefully, we'll get it recorded in one go, and you'll see me bumbling around and basically acting a fool trying to figure it out. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Please do hit the like button if you did, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments section. And yeah, let me know what you're playing at the moment. I'd love to hear that too. I'll catch you guys again soon.